There it is, the Oasis. That is Honda Land. I guess I can bring that term back. Honda Land was the old Honda Supercross test track back in the 80s. I think the first factory Supercross test track in the more northern Los Angeles, California area. Then the entire industry moved well south of that, and all the test tracks were in Corona. Did you need that history lesson? Why not? Why not talk Honda history? I mean, that's what was made, and that's what becomes the theme at the end of 2023 Monster Energy AMA Supercross. Honda sweeps all 3 titles. I'm pretty sure on the other side of this semi, there's gonna be a big celebration. I'm gonna try to get that, but let me show you some BTS, behind the scenes footage of Honda celebrating. And by the way, of course, this show brought to you by Racetech and their fabulous gold valves. Make your suspension plusher, better bonding resistance, more traction, made and engineered in the USA. See ya! Thanks to Racetech, but I mean, they're normally the sponsor of the post show, but I think we got to give our pre-race Weege show sponsor a little bit of credit too, and that's Honda. Let's check them out on the podium. There it is.
Just keep smiling. Yeah, that's
Just keep smiling.
I'm situated.
Team burnouts. Woo! Zim, congratulations, you're a Supercross champion, brother.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude.
Graphics look good, bro.
Oh,
Donald Jockey doing
I
it.
printed a lot of red this week.
You did.
We did.
Congratulations, you did it. I'm glad this meant that much to you. Like, I would be so bummed if you didn't feel that way.
Exactly.
Yes. And you were on the team, you said, in 03.
Yeah.
The last
Actually,
time.
I was working for Michael Rocco that year.
Oh, off to the side, but
Yeah,
doing
I
the
was-
same. But it was a
I
was it a
paid by
factory
Honda,
bike?
Factory bike, yeah.
It was a factory bike. Yes. You told me a really cool story. This is Shane, the crew chief, where it was about the time to start outdoor testing, and you all decided, no, let's keep the nose to the grindstone on Soupy.
We still got a shot at this.
Yes.
We're going full bore.
Until you're eliminated,
Right.
You're gonna stay with it.
Right.
Yes. And you did make big progress as the year went on.
Yeah, we kept chipping away, chipping away.
Yes,
We started
yes.
off with a good bike. We just kept making it better all the time.
So it was better than last year to start.
Absolutely.
You made progress and you just kept going.
Chase rode his balls off, and we kept working with him, and it was awesome.
Congrats. This is what you live for.
Yes.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, Keir.
Thank you.
You did it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's a big dream to dream.
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, look at P-Dub days and whatnot. Is this what you were thinking? Or were you just like, nah, we're just riding motocross?
Just riding motocross.
You were not?
Yep.
When did you even start thinking of a profession and like a thing to pursue?
Oh, I would say probably once he signed Geico. That was when.
That's pretty late.
Yeah.
Not even 85 class. No way.
No.
You didn't know it was going for sure.
I mean,
you hope
you always
so.
hope so.
Yes.
Everybody that picks up a basketball hopes they're going to be in an NBA.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yes.
So,
well, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
yeah, we didn't put all our eggs in one basket.
No, well, you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like, how many kids do you have?
5.
5.
Yeah.
And I know they're good at all kinds of stuff. And
Yep.
like, you didn't even move to Florida for motocross, right? Didn't
No.
you move for gymnastics?
Gymnastics, yep.
Your daughter.
Yes.
That is wild. That is wild.
And then she started playing softball.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and then went to college on softball.
Oh,
Yeah.
successfully.
Yeah.
Switched successfully.
Yeah, scholarship to play softball.
Look, I don't want you to have to pat yourself on the back too much, but is there some formula you have for this?
I don't know.
I mean, that's two very successful.
I like to think good genes. but I
Okay,
don't
give
think
yourself
so.
credit. Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's, look, I'll even say this. I always respect Brian Deegan because whatever him or his kids put their mind to, they end up being pretty good at it. You've got 2 success stories there. That's pretty impressive.
That's what it takes. Just put your mind to it.
You put your mind to it, yes. Well, I know you are all in nowadays.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, just be, you know, put your mind to it. And don't ever think like, I mean, I would never have thought that we'd get this far.
Yes.
And that's kind of the way we approached it.
Yeah, but also interesting, I asked Chase this yesterday in the press conference, like, look, he was good, but I don't think 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, they were like, what? It's inevitable, he'll do this. Right. Did you guys believe?
Oh, you Like,
you did. By then,
by
then you were like, we can do this.
Well, we just, I mean, it was always like, you start out, you get, you know, you're the fastest guy at home, and then you become the fastest guy at this, and then you just keep moving forward.
Yes.
Just always put that, you know, and never accept, but, you know, just, it is what it is.
Now, not riding in the winter, were you nervous about that, like, we're losing ground, or did you think this could work long term?
Right. You'd have to check, like, but I don't think, like, going into like the spring nationals and stuff that we had like a really good record going into Oak and stuff. He won.
Because you had not been riding?
Yeah, we weren't ready. Like we were literally just coming. We might stop at Robbie Raynard's and ride for 3-4 days, and then we'd go race.
And there had been no riding before that?
Like indoors and stuff.
Yeah,
but, yeah, we didn't know where we were. And then we had one year where we had it was pretty mild in Illinois, so we rode a lot of outdoor. We rode sand all the time. And but we just always go there and just see where we're at. And then if you look at where our progression was, Loretta's good, and then like getting to Mini O's and stuff, you were ready. That's when he was good.
But did you worry, like, dude, we have to start riding in the winter, or do you think like long term this could be better to not be burnt or something like that?
Yeah, always like, I think like us and Faulkner's all kind of had the same plan, is that you want to have a ceiling left, you know, and and just like, yes, he has room to grow. Some of the guys were tapped out, maybe. You know, I didn't see that back then, but
you can't say there was a master plan.
No.
Shit,
no.
I want to give you credit.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't a
I'd
master
like to
plan.
think that, but no.
Hey, so we got Chris Johnham here with trophies. They got them all around. All right, Keir, congratulations. Chase Sexton's dad.
All right, buddy.
Nice job. Look, as I said, this has been a weird season for sure, maybe the weirdest ever. What I was going to point out all the way at the beginning of the show is over there was the Star Racing Yamaha 450 rig. They had it on display for the Fan Fest, and when the night show began and they shut the pits down and the fans going to the stadium, the rig actually left. It wasn't even here during the night show, and that was the rig that coulda, shoulda, woulda been celebrating the championship. But we all know what happened last week to Eli Tomac. It was probably the most unexpected injury thing ever, like the most random. You don't see that injury, you don't see it under those circumstances, you don't see it to that guy, and that's gonna very much define this season. But at the same time, as I said on last week's show, when you looked at the 3 guys who were on the podium last week with the Sexton and Roxon and Cianciarulo, it's like, dude, it's just a big wheel, right? It's just your turn. Like, Honda had come close many times. They'd tried a million things. What do we got? Episode 1? Episode 1? Is that enough? We'll have to put it in front of the committee. Oh, hold on. Don't let him get hurt. Don't let him get hurt now. Can we get on the, so this is Beaker, this is Chase X's agent. We put Chase in episode 2 of our preview shows on Racer X, and we were battling all year. It was tough. I mean, you were like kind of 4th. We're like, we know Anderson's going to be good this season for sure. For sure. Like Stamp Anderson, Webb could be good, Stamp Tomac, and maybe you. Maybe.
We're a maybe.
You're a maybe. Big maybe.
They're trying to load up.
Yeah, I understand. Anyway, we'll put it in front of the committee, and maybe next year.
There was some group text after the episodes that came out.
And then as you and Coop were close at points all year, I'm like, dude, this is dramatic. It kept going back and forth. Yes.
Just for everyone out there, Steve Mathis was like, Chase Sexton should be in episode 1. Weege,
it's true,
was not that confident.
He was kind of like on the fence.
I was. I found out something even worse today. We went back and screenshotted. Mathis picked you to win the title. I didn't even remember that. We found the screenshot. He picked you in the title. Yes, he did. So Lewis Phillips, that's not Sextonship. Mathis picked you. Mathis picked you.
He's the captain.
He's the captain. Bro, can you let this finally, like, is this a thing now? Like, is this real now?
Yeah.
You did a good job not making it a thing until tonight.
Yeah, I mean, well, my whole even last week, my whole goal was to win tonight. And so I couldn't really let myself celebrate too much. I wanted to win that race. I wanted to get the 6 wins. So man, awesome main event. That was one of my better rides all season. And
it did. Yep.
It was awesome. Thank you. And
team manager Callie, congratulating. That's cool.
It meant a lot. This team puts a lot of work in. They haven't won in 20 years.
Yes.
So.
How old are you?
23.
That's pretty wild.
So, man, I'm at a loss for it still. It's pretty incredible.
Okay, but it can sink in now. You did an excellent job for 7 days of not going there.
Yes.
But now it's time.
Now we're there.
Now we're there. All right, congrats. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah,
but don't worry about outdoors right now. Enjoy it. Hey.
Just coming over.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
It's what I do.
I didn't mean what I said.
I didn't really defend myself at all. I had no defense. My only defense was, everybody's just like, why don't you put this guy in the first episode we do? And I'm like, because no one's gonna watch the other shows. That's the only defense I got. I'm like, I gotta spread the love. Dude, Mathis picked him to win the title.
Did he really?
He did. We reviewed the videotape today, and I'm like, oh, that hurts. Yeah, credit. Hey, how much credit can you take here?
Man,
most or
no.
A little?
Man,
actually, you were hurt at one point, right?
Yeah, I was hurt. I did our first initial Supercross test with had some Japanese engineers over.
Okay. Yep.
But other than that, I missed the bulk of the testing. So I think it's an accumulation of the last few years.
Yeah.
But honestly, we owe a lot to Colt Nicholas. Like, he was in Southern California and went through a lot of stuff. So, and I think he helped us turn the corner on some directions. So
it is a lot different than what you would have had at this time last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can only do so much to the bike, you know.
It is the same bike.
It's the same bike.
Testing.
See? That's good. That's good.
But,
yes.
But yeah, it's quite a bit different. I mean, we were able to do a lot with some rigidity stuff that really made a big difference, and then some front-end geometry.
But is this one of those things where it's only you guys with, this is not massive changes, but for you it feels big, but they're not huge changes? I know for you guys, a little bit makes a big difference.
I would say that it's an evolution. You know, we had some stuff last year that Kenny actually raced in outdoors. Chase had the chance to pick for outdoors and didn't.
Yeah.
And because of the feedback from that, we had the next evolution of what we're on today.
I see.
So I would say that, you know, it's hard. It would be hard for the general person to really know the difference. But
that's something.
But it's a big deal to us.
Yes, it's a totally different world you guys live in. When you say big changes, they're actually small, but they make for you a big difference, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking rigidity balance by, like, you know, small percentages here.
Right.
So
yeah, I wouldn't even notice the difference. Yeah. But I think on the outside, we're like, oh, they must have like radically changed things.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, you've been a Honda guy really through and through. There was one brief KTM year, but for the most part, you've been a Honda guy since 08. Yeah, I know. Didn't go the way you want.
Year, yeah.
07?
I signed with Geico in 06 at the end of 06.
End of 06.
Yeah.
So this has got to feel good, dude.
Oh, it's awesome, man. I mean, I came within reason, you know, 25 points with a handful of races to go.
11, you were there. You were.
11 and 15 also, but I was never where he's at, and it just happy for the whole everyone. You know, it's been a long road, so it's cool. It's really cool for me to be part of it.
That's good. And the last thing is also that I feel like the atmosphere is so loose over here normally. I think of what Honda was 20 years ago. It is not like that. This team has fun.
Yeah, I'd say, you know, if Lars has like one major strength, he's really helped everyone be loose. And, but still, I don't know. It's motivating for everyone. I think everyone wants to work really hard, and it's been a great environment. Last year was tough. We had a really hard year.
Yeah.
With Kenny leaving Supercross early. And, there was some difficult stuff, but I think Lars has done a great job at keeping everyone stoked, you know.
Yeah.
So, and we've got a really great team right now. So.
All right, keep it going. Trey Canard, you get a little credit at least. I'm gonna give you a little bit. That's good. Yes.
So I know how much.
Oh, stickers, yeah.
These are for you.
Oh, really? Okay.
One of each champion.
Wow, beautiful.
And I know how much Davey and Nick brag on their sticker collections.
Let's be honest. They really deserve these more than me.
You got something up on it, okay?
Oh, you're not telling me I need to give them to them?
No, these are yours.
So maybe I need to have the Motocross stickers. Motocross stickers Instagram is run by Davey Coombs, but I'm gonna have my own.
Yeah, you got
Take
one
that.
Up, you got one
Throttle jockey, my guys. Beautiful. Yeah, remember, this is not just, it was great information from Chase's dad, Keir, and Trey Canard there. And credit to Colt Nichols, who actually is the Rookie of the Year, by the way, in Supercross. So Honda got even something out of that. Sir, gosh, man, it has to be good to just finally have a break go your way and finally get it. I mean, you've come close so many times, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It does feel good.
Yeah. And does it feel real now? Because you did a good job last week of not doing that.
Yeah, and I purposely did that.
Yeah, it was great.
And even for me personally, I didn't want to, and it somewhat worked, but like, you know, this whole week you kind of know, and then you're not sure if he's going to, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to feel special when it actually happened.
Okay.
I think we kind of accomplished that.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go try to celebrate it a little bit more, you know, but man, you know, 20 years, obviously.
Yes.
It's like, and the thing that I keep thinking of is every year I was there for almost all of them.
Pretty much all of them, yeah.
And every year it was like, what do we got to do? Okay, we got to do this. We didn't do this good. We can do that. But every year we improved and we tried to do better and better and better. And it's still, we still failed, right? And it's like you get so used to being beat down in that way that it's like it almost feels impossible. And then things like the curse start, you know, they start talking about that. And it almost feels a little bit real. And so to finally get the Premier Class 1, you know, accomplished is just a huge weight off of our shoulders. And I mean, it's just like not even like pressure from Honda corporate or anything, you know. I just want to freaking win this championship.
Yes,
you know.
Yes, exactly.
So to finally do it, man, feels good.
And then, by the way, you win everything. Heck, Colt even was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I know.
And both 250 titles.
We
is
all
crazy.
got trophies today.
Yes.
Manufacturers.
Yes.
Three-peat, 3 in a row.
Of the manufacturers?
Yeah.
Is that true?
In Supercross, yeah.
Okay, I'm not paying that close enough. Okay,
22, 23.
Oh, congrats.
The only reason I know is because I worked last week. I'm like, oh, we have 21 and 23.
You weren't even paying attention much either.
I mean, I wish that manufacturer's championship was a little bit more, you know, important, like it is like in a Formula 1 or something like that. But then again, we don't get paid millions for, you know, winning it.
Oh, that's true. They actually have money for it. Yeah.
Which I'm sure that the AMA is going to send out the $1 million check.
Oh, is it coming? Okay, congratulations.
I mean, F1 they get like, you know, a couple $100 million. I'll be settled with one.
We just settle with one. Okay.
Measly one. So yeah. But yeah, we had an incredible year. I mean, holy crap. And I don't, you know, you can never be beaten. You know, it can only be equaled, I guess. You know.
Yeah, no one can win more than all the titles that you can win.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll let you go and hang out. But what I was just saying, I was talking to Trey. You keep it loose over here. I don't think it's the Honda that people think Honda was, and I know it's not just you. I'm sure that other people have that vision, but it's impressive, I think, the fun atmosphere you've managed to get over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's and I know that it probably from some outsiders looking in, it's like, you know, it's just a free-for-all and whatever, but I mean, that's the goal, is to try to keep a great atmosphere where people are having fun, but we're working hard. I probably learned a little bit of that from Chad Reed, to be honest with you.
Oh.
We always, you know, we worked hard, we celebrated harder. You know, that's kind of the thing. We're like, you know, work hard, play hard kind of mentality. And I mean, our team is so young. You know, we have young riders. We have a lot of young staff, and I'm still young enough to where I understand how they're.
I heard you say that you're the you're closer to the demo. The demographic.
Much,
yes.
So I mean, there's, you know, I try to, you know, balance the whole thing. I'm from Sweden. I'm neutral. So
oh,
it's very easy
beautiful.
for me. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
No, but I try to balance, you know, the corporate side with you know, the fun side of it, and trying to make sure that we're all having a good time. There, we made some changes to make it that way, so that we, you know, after the race, we're able to celebrate a little bit and things like that. And but honestly, you know, we just have really great riders right now, and that was put in place before I took this job. So guys like Brandon Wilson and Eric Kehoe and
the old Geico team, bro.
Yeah,
the Geico team.
Exactly. I mean, that the feeder system worked.
Yeah,
you know?
it did. Yep.
And so yeah, right now, I mean, just over the moon and looking forward to outdoors. You know, hopefully that's great too, and then hopefully this isn't such a rare occurrence anymore. You know.
You want less than 20 years would be nice?
That'd be nice.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
You got some horses. It might not be that long.
Yeah.
All right, great job, Lars. That's everybody at Honda. That I don't know how much more I can even say on this edition of Weege Show. How about that? So, like I was saying back there, I can't even believe I remember what I was saying back there. it's all a big wheel. It is true that Eli Tomac got probably closer to the title without winning it, maybe, than anyone ever has. I'd probably say the 92 title that Damon Bradshaw just had to get like a third in the finale and didn't do it and lost the points lead to Jeff Stanton. And that's back when Honda was winning every title no matter what all the time, and they won it again. Right on. That might be, thank you, that might be the only one that was defeat snatched from the jaws of victory more so than Tomac this year, so that'll define it for sure. Oh, that back there, see, there's Star's 250 rig.
Good job, Weege.
Hey, good job on TV, Duff man.
Hey, thanks for having me on TV, Weege.
I knew I could count on Duff Life. Down there is where the Yamaha 450 Semi was. They're already down the road. They'll be back for outdoors with Dylan Ferrandis. Do not sleep on that. He could win the title easily. I feel like I don't rank. I'm definitely not putting anyone way ahead of Ferrandis on the preseason depth chart. I'm not. But anyway, you have to remember that A, it's sports, crazy things happen, and there are breaks, good and bad, and you can't just get too hung up on it. And Eli Tomac's a bad dude. Maybe nobody summed it up better than Lars himself yesterday in the press conference, saying like he's just so gnarly that we wanted to be respectful, and we're also afraid he's going to strap on a bionic leg and come out here and race and score 8 points and put pressure on us. And Cooper Webb too, because Webb got hurt 1 week earlier. We kind of forgot that one. The moratorium was more about Tomac now, but I mean, Cooper Webb brought it this year, stepped up his game big time from where he was in 2022, and it really led to a compelling championship. It's so weird how different the end of this feels compared to the middle, or really the entire season. It just ended so differently. But that's sports, that's racing, and if you're Honda, you come close so many times and it hasn't worked out, and then you finally get one, sometimes it's like, dude, we've gotten a lot of bad breaks, give us our love when we got a good one. But for sure this is going to be remembered for how weird it ended. And we also have to, of course, give a shout out to the Lawrence brothers, who are just unbelievable. I mean, they won 13 out of 17 this year. I've said this over and over and over. If anyone is saying to the Lawrence brothers, get too much exposure or whatever, like, we have never seen anything like this, ever. Two brothers, and it's just an assault, just a takeover at this level. There have been other good brother combos. The Hill brothers went 3-6 in the main tonight. Shout out to Team Tedder, first podium ever for them. First ever podium for Justin Hill. There's been many good brother, great brother combos, but we have not seen this in this sport. How many sports have had this? Maybe NASCAR. You could talk about the family affair that they have at in that sport with a lot of brothers that were very successful, but I mean, just unbelievable what the Lawrence brothers have engineered. And I feel like their winning was so inevitable eventually this year. They were so good that it probably, to me, wasn't actually getting talked about enough. It was just like, oh, well, Hunter and Jet, one of them won again. Of course they won again. So to me, they actually weren't talked about maybe enough this year. And I know that's probably sounds crazy, but I know my perspective in the media, it just wasn't that intriguing anymore. There wasn't anything left to ask them or talk about. But that's going to change real quick, because Jet's moving to the 450s and his 250 outdoor title. I'm sure Justin Cooper's sitting there right now saying, I can do this, man. It should be good. I mean, Hunter might be the favorite going in, but I think it'll be intriguing. I think it'll be exciting. RJ Hampshire, he's saying all the right things, doing all the right things. Tom Vial, of course, you got to respect him. There's a lot of guys that could be contenders. Joe Shimoda, down the list we go. One other story here is Ken Roczen. He was down 1 point to Webb for third in the series, and I wasn't really even thinking about that, because I'm like, well, Roczen for sure is going to score 2 points and go by Webb in points. Like, he will be third. It's just inevitable. Then he hurt his knee early in the main event, and I'm like, I had completely forgotten about that. And he rides back to the truck, and his wife Courtney, I'm walking up a hill here, so sorry, I'm getting out of breath. No, there's his truck, there's his bike. His wife Courtney comes in and she's talking to him, I'm assuming asking about the injury. No, she was trying to figure out, could he get back on the track and do one more lap, because Jared Lesher had dropped out of the race several riders were a few laps down. If Kenny could have just circulated it for a few laps slow and scored one more point, he would have gotten third in the series. I'm assuming there was some money on the line there because they were taking that pretty seriously. But the AMA rule is once you leave the racetrack, you cannot re-enter. And I would imagine the reason for that is, I mean, you could leave and come up with a totally different motorcycle. That wouldn't be right. So that's the rule. But I also think it shows, you know, we'll find out what Roxanne's injury report is in a couple of days, I'm sure, but it makes me think that it's not that serious. But knee injuries are tricky, right? You could feel horrible for 5 minutes, good for the next day, and then wake up the next morning and it's bad. So we don't know what Kenny's status is going forward. The sport did not need that. It did not need another guy to get hurt, my gosh. And Kenny's already announced he's going to World Supercross, so like, I don't hope this doesn't wreck those plans. But anyway, just a weird ending to the season. We're always gonna hold the Tomac Denver situation in like the highest esteem of anytime someone has a points lead, that's gonna be what gets referenced every time, like you never know. But at the same time, good for Sexton, good for Honda. That's just sports, that's just racing. Oh, we got one more group over here. This is Team Tedder. They had their first ever podium. Now I did log a report for TV over here and I helped myself to a couple of Oreos. Maybe I'll get some more. Matt Tedder, your team's on the podium. Their team is on the podium. Very good, very good.
I know, it was awesome.
Dude, look, it is about time, but and especially this year, I mean, you were getting closer every week. You had to start thinking like, we need a podium now, we can do this.
Yeah.
Yes, so coming into this, were you like rubbing your hands together like, hey, yes. You were?
Yeah,
we
were hoping for a third today.
Where did the Hill Brothers idea come from? You called them as a replacement for Bloss last year or something?
Yeah.
Yes, that's how it started?
Yeah, Josh started it and then he asked his brother, hey, do you want to come on board? And Justin said, yeah, it sounds fun.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Justin had a bad experience with a Kawasaki team.
Yeah.
And he said at the time, he goes, you know what? I've never seen a Team Tedder bike being pushed off the track.
Okay.
He said, you know, from what happened to them last year, let's just do it.
Yeah, he got hurt when a bike broke. So it was reliability that got him in, and then the rest took care of itself. Right. You gonna do this again, you think?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're in. You're in.
We're in.
Could be multiple podiums. Who knows? Yeah, because Justin, he's been telling me he feels like he's just getting started with this comeback.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, well, this is the first weekend that we bought a case of champagne coming to the race. We brought a case of champagne.
To be ready for a potential podium.
And now normally that would skunk it, right?
Yeah. Yep. It didn't jinx it.
No.
And I think Josh has huge potential.
That's, I mean, it's crazy. He's still this good, too.
Yeah.
Well, together, the brothers, you know, they talk and
they ride together. They build tracks together. They do everything.
It's got to be pretty fun atmosphere over here in this.
Yes.
I would imagine it's pretty low pressure, family environment. Yes. That's great.
So,
podium.
Someone did an interview to him a while ago, and they asked, what was it? So they said, Josh, what? I think it was about 9 races in.
Yeah.
So what's been the highlight so far?
Yeah.
And Josh said, round 7 when I beat my brother.
Nice.
And then they said, well, Justin, what's been your highlight? The other 8 rounds when I beat my brother.
Yeah, that's loose. That's good. All right, enjoy it, everybody. Team Tedder on the podium.
See you around.
That's Christina and Matt Tedder. Again, that team that started, I mentioned this on television, that was Matt was a really good racer in his own right. When I was first going to Loretta's, he eventually kind of took control, and he was the master of the Masters class. Won a lot of 50+ titles at Loretta's. Then his boys were coming up. They were pretty fast. They got pro license. They started the team. They started going to the pro races. Dakota hurt his wrist real bad, and while he was recovering, they started dabbling with some other guys. Gave Martin Davalos his 450 shot. And Marty had 2 decent years with them. I remember fast qualifying time. Hey, it's Marty. And that was really cool. And then they kept this program going. You know, they get the Hill Brothers going 3-6. It's awesome. Really cool story there. Like I said, man, it's all big wheels. Lots of ups and downs. And, you know, if everything was awesome all the time, it wouldn't make the stories for redemption. It wouldn't give opportunities for others. That's kind of what makes sports good, that sometimes there are things that are bad. That's weird how that works, but it's that drama that we sign up for. And this season, my gosh, did it have highs. My gosh, did it have lows. And we're only halfway through, because Pro Motocross Championship coming up, starting in 2 weeks. I'll be in the TV booth every week. Have Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart with me each time. Some both, some with one or the other, but they will be my broadcast partners. I think they've done a great job for Supercross TV, so I'm really looking forward to working with them again. And then we got playoff rounds, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, we got a completely uncharted path there, kind of like the one I'm on right now. Very dark. And I'm gonna go back to my hotel and export this gigantic video, and just a wild season. I think if you could tell every fan going into Anaheim 1, hey, this Supercross season will end up being one that's referenced and talked about for a long time, you'd be like, ooh, tell me more. Well, we got it. We got it, man. We got great racing. We got a close points championship the entire time. We had a slug fest between two titans, between Webb and Tomac most of the way. We had unexpected drama at the end. Not good drama, but it's been fun. And that's why we're here. All right, we got to go. Thanks to Race Tech for the backing. Honda backs our pre-show and the Weege show, but I'm gonna give them their love. Congrats, Honda. It's been 20 years since you got this title.